Hey y'all, it's the Twinsies and we're back with another episode of Twin Talk.
Before we get started, I'm gonna pour us up some wine so we can get into this topic. Cheers.
Can't go wrong with wine.
Yeah, Scotto is perfect.
So y'all, because it's Valentine's Day, we want to address some key things for the singles out there who are looking to begin their dating journey. So y'all, for today's topic, we'll be discussing some useful tips and advice to make dating a little bit easier. So first things first, how would you recommend putting yourself out there?
So the best way I know how to put myself out there is by not being like MIA in the world. If I want like a real relationship or a real dating experience, I need to like get out in the world, whether I'm out like at an event that my friend invited me to, or also being interactive on social media. Like sometimes I look at Instagram as a dating app because, you know, people see your Instagram, they see your posts, they see your stories, and they're like, oh, I want to hit that girl up. But I just want to be active in the real world and social media, so, you know, people know to hit me up. So Taylor, what about you?
So for me, I really think that the best way that I be putting myself out there is like you said, going to events and stuff. So that means like day parties, day events, friend gatherings. People be like, oh, you know, like they want to start dating, but they don't want to go outside. Like you have to go outside.
Well, online dating it is for them.
I mean, I guess. I mean, unless you be going to the grocery store or whatever, but we've all seen you, right? Okay. You might meet a murderer at the grocery store, but you know, it's neither here or there. But yeah, I feel like you got to put yourself out there. Like I said, the day parties are the best, not the club, but the day events where you can see people or whatever. Like that means like festivals, all that stuff. And then I also feel like you can meet someone at the gym. Mainly the ones that, you know, where you get a trainer because, you know, they be training them athletes.
The handsome young man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and what else? I mean, you can go to church. Church, you can meet people. I've been seeing like in the South or whatever, they've been having like some young church events for the singles. I said, wow, they do that.
I love that. I love that.
They do that. But yeah, I think that stuff is really cool. So yeah, I just be putting myself out there. So Tia, what are some icebreakers that made dating like easier for you?
So a few things that I would speak on, like just me meeting people in general, have been like if my friends like have a friend or something and they invite me to an event or something and I happen to meet somebody, it makes it so much easier to like get to know you and talk to you, because I'm like, if you're friends with my friend and we're at the same event, you can't be a creep. You can't be a weirdo. Now, these men can be creeps and weirdos and they can hide it really good, but it's not likely. It's not as likely. It doesn't stop them from being whores outside or whores out here, but you know, it's still a easy way to meet people and get to know people without being so nervous the way you'd be nervous on like a blind date or something. Mm-hmm. But that's literally a main thing that's happened where it's an icebreaker for me.
Mm-hmm. So like for me, it's like the same thing. I need to meet you. It makes it so much easier when you meet them through like a mutual friend, because if you did something crazy, I'm gonna hear about it. Okay, They gonna tell me, and even if they don't tell me, I'll ask and be like, just ask little things so that they can tell on you. Okay, they're not even gonna realize that they're about telling you.
The truth will come out.
Yes, so I like that. It makes things so much easier. You don't feel like she said, I was like nervous. Or like, I don't know, it kind of makes you feel like more familiar with, you know, the situation, especially if they're hanging out with someone that you know. But another way too is like if the first date is like at a bar or a restaurant where you can get like drinks or whatever, I feel like that, like where you're around other people in the public just in case. I feel like that makes it a lot easier too.
Yeah,
because it really makes it where like you guys can talk over. I like talking over drinks because liquid courage, it kind of makes you like talk about other stuff, like vulnerable stuff, so it makes you more comfortable to speak more to the person. So with that being said, Tia, how would you like someone to approach you?
So the best way I love being approached is straight up as like a friend. Don't give me any clues that like you're interested in me and like I just don't give me clues. I'm very weird. As soon as I feel like you're trying hard or you have an agenda, like whether it's even getting to know me or not, I start just like distancing myself. But if you come with like a nice, friendly approach where you are just trying to get to know me as a friend, and you might just hit me up on my Instagram and like comment on one of my stories and laugh at something, like just little stuff, but in person, like you really just talk to me. Let it be genuinely like a friend, and let me show you I'm interested first. Because after I show you I'm interested first, you can do whatever you want, but still don't come too hard. And guys are a little weird and controlling and awkward. I just don't want any of the cool guy act. I don't want you acting like you're too cool for school, like you're trying to
not being
yourself. Not being yourself. I don't like stuff like that. Show me you have a sense of humor. Come to me with like a joke or something. I don't know. It just has to be fun and friendly.
The joke got to be funny though.
Right. If the joke ain't funny, don't talk shit. But anyways, yeah, I just pretty much I would like people to come to me as a friend, and they could compliment me if they want to. And that's it. Don't do too much because I will lose interest. I'm weird like that. I'm sorry. I will. But Taylor, how about you?
So like similar to what you just said, I just feel like be friendly. Don't be a creep. And this kind of goes like I'm kind of contradicting myself when I'm like giving advice on this. I mean, obviously it can work on somebody else, so hopefully that's helping. But like I said, I like to approach the men I like first a little bit, like give them a little idea, or like we talked about in our last episode. So really, it's a hit or miss for me. Like if you are friendly and doing all the right things, yeah, you might be cool. I still might not like you, but for other people, this might help. Be friendly. Don't be extra pushy. Don't be extra flirtatious. It can make someone feel uncomfortable. Second, we all know that guys like, and I'm not trying to talk down on on the guys or whatever, but like you guys, some of y'all be hypersexual, and I feel like the moment that you seem sprung out or whatever, it's like
you want.
This is now what I'm gonna think that he's going after, because like my friends don't even act like that. Okay, so that's really what it is. I just need someone that's friendly, just not creepy at all. And there's something extra creepy about a guy that's not being himself, because like what if you're like a murderer and you're like putting up right because he's a murderer. Like, why are you putting on this little act? So everything is it's a hard watch. Okay. So yeah, just be friendly, be yourself. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. If I were to be approached that way by someone I liked, that's how I would like to be approached.
Yeah.
So because we talked about how we like being approached, let's talk about some ways we hate being approached.
So personally, from experience, I hate being approached in a way of like, who I am, but in like a dramatic way. And I don't want to use this word, but I'm going to use this word, like a fan. I do not like being approached like that. If you admire me, that is amazing. But once it gets to the point where if you do seem to like me, I want to know why, because you don't really know me personally, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. I love when a guy doesn't think too hard on who he's trying to impress. And that goes on with being yourself. If you come to me and you're acting your personality, trying to be too cool for school, coming to me with a bunch of flirtatious manner where you're kind of a little disrespectful,
overbearing,
looking at my booty, looking at my body, complimenting. Yeah. It makes me so uncomfortable because we are 27 years old. The last thing I want is to start any relationship with a man who is literally complimenting my figure. We know what you want out of that. It doesn't feel like it's going to be that genuine Love Jones relationship. It's going to feel like How to Be a Player or Boomerang. Mm-hmm. Something in the player field, okay? But I'm a cool person. I think I'm funny. I think I am. I know how to be myself. If you come to me and you're not being yourself and you're not being genuine and you're not being like kind and sweet and generous, see, I put that out there. I probably just look past you. I laugh at you a little bit, kiki. I even have deep conversations with you and everything. But you're not my type of little shit. You're not. And that's just it to that. I need genuineness. If you don't watch The Office, you're not for me. Let's just put it out there.
Period. Yeah.
If you don't watch The Office, you're not for me. If you don't watch scary movies, you're not for me. But The Office has a very clear sense of humor, and I know that the type of sense of humor I want my person to come to me with, it's gonna click and it's gonna be amazing. And the ones who know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And that's all I'm gonna say there. Taylor, what about you?
So for me, I hate. I hate when I'm approached while I'm intoxicated. If you know that we've been drinking, or you know that like you see me drinking or whatever, and that's the time that you choose to approach me, oh my God, I don't like it. For one, okay, let me say it on two sides. I don't like when the guy's intoxicated. I don't like when I'm intoxicated. That's period, point blank. If the guy's intoxicated, I feel like he's more than overbearing. It starts to get like super duper uncomfortable or whatever. And it's like, if you catch me while I'm under the influence, that's like a vulnerable state for me. And you over here speaking sweet nothings, I'm going to entertain that crap because I'm not in my mind of being like, but then the moment that I feel like I ain't going to kiss you and I ain't ain't nothing else going to go about it. But like, I've had guys ask me on dates.
Every time.
I've had guys ask me on dates while I'm intoxicated
At the end of the night.
For real. And then the next day, they'd be like, so...
On the same thing.
So when are we going on a date?
Never.
First things first, if we're going on a date, plan the date and then tell me what you have planned if I wanted to go. But no, either way, okay, that was just a tip right there. But for me, it's like, don't sit up here and try to like, they be on the same thing as they were the night before and they be drinking. Like what? Women wake up and after entertaining BS and they'll be like, oh, nah. And they look at their phone and be like, who is this? Like, you won't get a text back or call back from me, man.
I do hate that.
See, that's my number one pet peeve. There's a lot of different ways, like you have said yourself, but that is something that I feel like as a man, just don't do that. Don't approach women while they're under the influence. Don't hit a girl. It looks weird. Okay, and I forgot to say this. Another thing that I really hate, like how I hate being approached is like when you know I'm out with my friends and like you're pulling me to the side and stuff and like trying to talk to me or whatever. Like if you want my number here, I might give you a fake one, yeah. Or whatever, Instagram, whatever the case may be, and leave me alone. But like, if you're trying to have a whole full-blown conversation, unfortunately, I'm not a rude person, so I'm not going to be like, can you please get out of my face?
I will.
Like, that's the thing, like, because if you get me here, I just won't feel good to be like, argh! But if a guy like be talking to me, like yelling, like, hey, I'm just act like I don't hear you. But once you get me here, I'm gonna be like, dang, I'm gonna have to find a nice way to get out of this. But now I'm gonna stop being nice because you guys know I'm out here trying to have fun. You've been talking to me in the corner for 30 minutes, man.
Talking my ear off.
And that's 30 minutes of me not enjoying time with my girls.
And it only matters if you decide to take a guy to the side. And if y'all men feel some type of way about that, okay, that's y'all.
I'm just saying, it's
us women. We don't.
Sometimes we just want to have fun. I know there's some girls out there that be going out just to get with a guy or whatever. No, that's not me. Okay, if I go out with my friends, this is a very I find it really important. Like it's an important time for me and my friends to just hang out and have quality time. I don't need you yapping my ear off, man.
The least you can do is buy us all.
If you're gonna do that, buy us all drinks. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll talk to you for a minute or two.
Respectfully, yeah.
But if
that's the truth, y'all. That's just the honest truth. You know, people like to sugarcoat and stuff. This is just the honest truth. And y'all need honesty this day and age because y'all get lies every damn day.
Yeah.
So, just putting out there.
Okay, so let's get into the dating itself. Like, what are some questions that you like to ask while on a date?
So, first things first, do you have any kids? When did you get out of a relationship? Have you been into a relationship? And what is your love language? Those are my top questions I love to ask because each one of those questions matter to me. So I'll put that out there. I have dated 2 men with kids. And although it wasn't an issue, I do feel like personally, the man for me, I don't think he has kids. I believe that I'm meant to start a family. Okay. And I believe in baby mothers and the girlfriends getting back together. I mean, baby mothers and the baby father getting back together. So I would never want to break up like a home. So yeah, those questions are very important to me. Just putting it out there. Tara, what about you?
So for me, like you said, do you have any kids? If so, the day is over. I'm just kidding. But I'm serious.
People have preferences. That's okay.
Like you said, I want to start my own family. Like, start my family, not add on to it. Okay. And I like to ask people like what they like to do for fun, because a lot of people be asking questions with people that are dating like you're in a job interview.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that.
That's just not me. I need to know what you like to do for fun. What's in your closet? What is
what's your family dynamic like?
I can't say. Yeah, like, do you have a mom and a dad? If so, like how, like, how the whole spill of the family. The dynamic. And I just, are you generous? Are you generous? Because I'm sorry.
Asking that, I'll just find out.
Yeah, we about to find out, but
don't have to ask.
That's what I'm just adding in there. Like, make sure you're generous. But yeah, so really, it's really about like, what do they like to do for fun? Like, how do they enjoy themselves? And if you like to do stuff for fun, like, I feel like if we're dating, then I can join you, because dating is just supposed to be fun overall. That's like my main thing. Like, what do you like to do for fun? Okay, so lastly, what are some ways that that you're wasting your time, or the person that you're dealing with is wasting their time with you?
Oh my goodness. The quickest way I feel like I'm wasting my time is when, like, I've already presented myself. We've already talked, we've already mingled, and I noticed that you're not hitting me up. As a woman, women, do not reach out to men. I don't care if your friend is telling you to do it. I don't care if his friends is telling you to do it. Do not reach out to men, ever. When he does not hit you up, don't expect nothing. Okay, that's one and done. Also, when a person's personality trait or the things that they're saying seems like it doesn't align with your morals and values. As soon as they say, "Oh, I don't care about Valentine's Day." Oh, gifts? Oh, that's crazy.
Nope.
These girls be gold diggers. These girls, as soon as they start talking about that, girl, you big mama, you got money. As soon as they start talking like that, you're wasting your time. I know guys can be so fine, like so handsome, right? But as soon as it seems like they're talking to you and there's a bunch of red flags, immediately.
Don't ignore them.
Do not ignore those red flags. Ignore that man and move on. You're wasting your time.
So one way I know that someone is wasting my time is if, like, we already done, like you said, had our little interaction or whatever. You let me know that you want to take me on a date. And 3 days later, ain't no date planned.
Ain't nothing planned.
Once I realize you're just all talk, that's with anything. Once I realize you're all talk, it's over, because all you have is your word at the end of the day. Once I realize you're just a man that just likes to yap, I can't take you seriously. And also, like, that is probably the most annoyingest thing ever. Like, I can't deal with that. And
because that's what separates you from, like, a real man.
Yeah. So
a real man isn't going to be all talk. A real man is going to stand on their word, because that's all you got at the end of the day. And
if you really like me, prove it.
Right.
If not, leave me alone. Because there's people out there that you don't even gotta pop. You don't gotta do too much with. They will give you whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And they're people that you can pay. Okay. If you get my drift. So don't ever waste my time talking about some, oh, I want to take you out, do this and that and the third, and you're not doing nothing. Dude, I'm not even thinking about you after that. I'm just like, you're just an annoyance in my life.
And y'all, that's after you see your type and you find your type. Like, if your type doesn't hit you up, release him.
And also, like, if there's not even from that point that you met them and interacted and they seem like they liked you so much, and if there's not like a little bit of a consistent communication thing going on, I feel like it's done. And that goes vice versa. If you see me and you're like, oh, I really like you, and I'm just entertaining whatever it is going on, and the next day you hit me up and I'm not really texting you back like that, you're wasting your time, buddy. And I'm not really trying to be like that, but it's really just like,
that's how you know if a person's interested in you or not.
So, like, the same way I feel like I know I'm wasting someone's time, I know someone's wasting my time if they're not on it like how they should be, especially with men who should be leaders. And the biggest thing, if they ain't spend no money on you, period. The reason why you should even be speaking to them, just kidding, but the reason why they're enticing or whatever, if they spend money, if a guy buys me a drink, yeah, that's cool. But if he buys me a drink and my homegirl's drink, I'm gonna have to talk to you, man. I'm gonna have to pull you to the side and talk to you because I feel like now you're trying to win me over.
If you're not my type, you're not my type.
No,
you buy me a drink, it's not gonna work. You're wasting your time.
It's a joke, but at the end of the day, like, you got to do something different than the other person, and it's not like really a competition. But there's ways that you realize that if this is not happening, you have to know the next step is not going to happen. So it's just little things like that, just showing that you're taking initiative, trying to pursue someone or whatever. If you're not showing those things, I'm just gonna think like it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So y'all, that is the end of our twin talks. I hope you take some of our tips and tricks on to go along your journey of dating. Okay, it's not really hard out there. I guess it is really hard out there actually, but
if you're honest, it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Just be honest.
To be really honest with you, I feel like you just can't have really high expectations. You can have like high standards, but as far as having high expectations on, you know, people that aren't you just can't do that.
Yeah.
See what people have to offer. If it's not that, then on to the next, man.
Yeah, and don't expect people to be just like you.
Yeah,
we're all different.
That's
we're
the thing.
Raised different. We're gonna be different.
And don't be discouraged if the first time it don't go right or the second, whatever the case may be. There is somebody out there made for everybody. That's just what I truly believe because I see it. You see Shamar
Shamar and who, Taylor?
His little boyfriend out here.
Right.
But you know how like it's just someone made out there for everybody. So you just got to keep trying.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing I want to say.
Don't waste yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Don't be out there.
Don't waste yourself on people that are
time.
Not for you. And every person is going to have some things that you may not agree with or a personality trait that's like, but you just got to decide who you feel like is worth it.
Yep.
The sacrifices and everything. And yeah, wishing y'all luck on y'all dating experiences, and the people who are taken and cut, wishing y'all luck on y'all relationship and marriages. And I want us all to be in love because I love love. Lastly, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you guys all enjoy your day. Don't be crying over that man.
And hopefully all of you guys, you know, you have a Valentine's Day next year, including myself.
Valentine's Day is off the chain too.
Yeah.
I love me a good girl's night. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys soon.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, y'all.
Mwah.